Morning everyone. Welcome to walk number 13 from Pony Dick to Orrell Water Park. And today we are following Max's map. And straight away we managed to find ourselves a squirrel. How good's that? So we're currently down at Pony Dick, just at the entrance to the woods. There he goes. And he's gone up the tree now. So yeah, we're just at the entrance to the Winstanley side of Pony Dick, and down there is Smithy Brook. And Smithy Brook starts at Orrell Water Park, as I've said before. Traces around the back of Winstanley and all the way down to McDonald's at Newtown and joins the River Duggy. So as you know, today we are following young Max's route, his map that he sent in yesterday. And I've been up all night and this is the best I can come up with. Max's map marker. So I'm going to put this somewhere in case you guys want to find it, or Max wants to find it. As a marking point to start the route. So I'll put it down here. Max's map. There we go. So Max's map is going to take us through Winstanley Park, or just on the outskirts. And we're at Pony Dick Bridge. I don't know if you can see this, but can you see where it says Rylance Mill Bridge? So Rylance Mill used to be all in this area here, but it was actually called Rylands Mill with a D, not Rylance, and they spelt it wrong on the bridge and they never bothered changing it. A little interesting fact for you. So it was Rylands Mill, and that's what consisted of this side of Pony Dick. And Pony Dick used to be an inn, and the inn was just on the corner of Ribersford Road over there. So today we're going to cross the road. There's the entrance to Winstanley Park, which we can't go down, but we can go down that one. So that's where we're going to go today. If you guys want to say hello in the comments, feel free. And I hope Max is watching this morning. And thanks very much, Max, for sending in your map yesterday. It's a very good map, a very good walk. I've worked it out, it's about 5 kilometres. So it should be a good walk, this one. We'll see what we can see when we make our way down. Okay, enjoy. Morning, Juliet. Morning, Brian. Morning, Karen. And good morning, Max. Max says hello. So you can get onto this path from Ribersford Road as well. So a bit of history for you. Over 100 years ago, this area was kind of the beating heart of the Winstanley colliery. Some of the ruins can still be found. There's an archway bridge taking Smithy Brook in. And at the top of the main road there, where the Venture is, was the Venture Lodge, and the Venture Lodge was essentially a little reservoir exactly the same shape as the Venture car park. Morning guys.
Good morning.
How are you? You okay?
Alright, yes, thanks.
Good.
Yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, so the Venture Lodge was kind of the same shape as the Venture car park, and they filled it in and built the Venture pub on there eventually. That's why it's called the Venture. Catherine Parkinson, Blur. My little girl Heidi is watching. Can you say hello? Morning Heidi, how are you? And this is the old stone wall that was built mainly by the farmers of the area, and surrounds Winstanley Park. It was built to obviously create a boundary line, but the farmers who owed money to the landowner at the time paid him in labour by carrying all those stones from the quarries, mainly by horseback on a cart, and then actually did the building as well of the wall. Now then, Max, if you've ever been fishing before, don't bother coming here, because there isn't any fish in it anymore, but there used to be. Apparently trout was the main fish that you could get out of the Smithy Brook. I'm guessing they kind of came down from the water park. It's a nice little spot, this, Max. Is there anyone watching any good at, I think it's called ornithology. Anyway, the songbird, bird song even. Because somebody said to me yesterday that I should find out what all the bird sounds are. And I'll be honest, I don't think I have the capacity in my brain to absorb that type of information, but if anybody knows what the bird song is that we're listening to, might be a combination. I'm guessing it's blackbirds and sparrows, robins. I saw a robin the other day. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, right at the very start of this walk, as soon as we cross the road, you'll notice in the path, as soon as you step off the pavement, there's a bit of metal stuck out the ground that looks like a pole that's been sawn off. That used to be around about 7 foot tall, and it had an orange triangle on it, and it was a level marker for the Ordnance Survey maps. You used to see them around all over the place and never knew what they were for. But it's gone now. You heard a pheasant in there the other day. There's plenty of pheasants around. Morning, Elaine. So the path up ahead follows the fence line of the water treatment facility, but it's boring that, so we're going to go left into the woods. If you've just joined us this morning, we are following Max, 6-year-old Max's map that he sent me yesterday from Ponydick up to Orrell Water Park. First of its kind, this one. It made my job easier, I didn't have to plan a route. So well done, Max. Jenny, we started at Ponydick, which is basically Ribberdsford Road. Do you know where that is, or do you need directions? Plenty of bluebells still out. Morning.
You go, come on this way. Go.
Good morning, Doreen, how are you? I think the weather's changed a little bit for us today, which is good. It's been a bit cold and damp over the past couple of days, but I'm already feeling a little bit warm. Morning, James, how are you doing? So this used to be a very nice tranquil pond, but it seems to have dried up and turned into a bit of a swamp. You can see how deep it must have been. And that's what remains of the other pond down there. There's a tree ready for coming down ahead. Have I passed it already? So when I was your age, Max, all this was just nice open fields, but it's water treatment now. A couple of ducks there, enjoying the morning sun. Morning, Helen. Kind of you to join us again. Oh, there's a pony, a miniature pony and a big horse. Looks like it's coming to say hello. Hello.
No.
Morning.
Morning.
Well, Max, the walk has turned out to be really good so far. We started with a squirrel and seen some nice bits and pieces along the way, and 2 horses. Belting. I don't know why, James, but your comments are coming through like 3 minutes too late on my feed. And there's a little gap through the stone wall there. I think there's a couple of pheasants over there right in the distance. Used to have a lot of trouble with moles in the Winstanley area, not anymore. But there was a young squire boy who he caught something like 42 dozen. So that's a lot of moles, and that's for the entire year. Like back in the, I don't know, 1600s, something like that. And it's documented somewhere that he caught 42 dozen, and he got paid something like 2 pence for the whole year. So this is the junction now, where last time we came down this way we went across the railway bridge to the right and across over towards Pemberton. But the waymarker there says left or right, and Max's map is sending us down that way. But before we go, around about where those houses are over there is supposedly the start of the viaduct that Jonathan Clark built back in the 1800s. And there was a viaduct that stretched all the way across from those houses and all the way over towards the M6 junction at Orrell, near where the mount is. So kind of across the railway and towards KFC, I suppose, in that direction. And that viaduct was used by horses and cart to transport coal all the way down to Crook Village. It was the first ever stone viaduct in the world, which is quite impressive. and a little bit later on the iron horses, which are basically steam locomotives. It was the first viaduct to carry a steam locomotive ever in the world. Look at that bungalow behind. Yep, there's a bungalow. What am I looking at, James? You tell me. Oh, the Archers Lodge. There you go. Thanks, James. That's what the viaduct looked like, guys. So there you go. And the guy that built the viaduct owned Winstanley Colliery and Orrell Colliery, and he also built the mount at Orrell, which is where Abram Guest ended up living. And for those who went to school back in the 90s, remember Abram Guest being in the high school. On Holmescott Road there. So now we're heading towards Billinge / Orrell. It's a beautiful morning. There's 3 pheasants I can see there in the field. So again, if those who have just joined us, we are following Max's route that he sent to me yesterday, Max's map. Max is a 6-year-old lad, supporter of Man City, and he sent me a map last night, well his mum did, and that's what we're following today. It's taking us from Ponydick to Orrell Water Park, where we should see more of these. They're actually swimming in a puddle. Morning. Yeah, the cricket ground's there. I'm just catching up on your comments. The cricket ground's over to the left, and you can kind of see one of the side screens through the trees over there. When we get a little bit closer, we'll zoom in. Winstanley Park Cricket Club. Sorry Elaine, we're sticking to Max's track this morning. Morning Phil. Again, if you've just joined us, we're following Max's route today. He sent me a map last night to follow, so we're doing just that. And we're going from Ponydick all the way to Orrell Water Park and back, and seeing what we can find along the way. We've left a stone as a start point saying hashtag Max's map on there, so feel free to go and grab a snap of it if you can. So there's the cricket ground. I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but there's one of the side screens just poking through that white thing in the middle. Beautiful day, nice blue skies. Morning Christine, morning Michael. Elaine's like one of those kids at school, just like daring you to do stuff. So James Hornby says to your right in the distance is an old bridge. Again, I'm probably a few minutes behind you, James, sorry. Of the Pingut Bridge built into it. Well, there you go. James, you're going to have to come out with me one day, teach me a lesson. So now in the M6 underpass. It's got an eerie echo. Some more horses. Max says, do you think the path is good for our bikes? Do you know what? I think it is. I think it's really good for your bikes, especially if you go really fast through those puddles. But don't tell your mum I said that. Morning, Emma Davis. Late to the walk this morning. How's it going? Going really well today. We're following Max's map that he sent through last night, and we're going from Pony Dick to Orrell Water Park. And so far we've seen a squirrel, 5 horses, a few humans, some ducks, some pheasants. We've seen all kinds. So far it's going well. Thanks for asking. So Phil's already been down this way this morning, starting at Windy Harbour and coming down the 2 mile stretch, and he says he turned left into the tennis club. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I'm guessing you mean right. It's right off the main road, unless you know something else that I don't. There's the tennis club there. Or do you mean you turned left onto Orrell Water Park? Is that what you mean? Ah, okay, turn right off the main road. Yeah, that's where we're kind of going. I don't know if Wimbledon will be on this year. I'll have to wait and see for that one. There's another shot of the tennis courts. They look a lot better than they did when I was a kid. Looks like a nice setup now. Yeah, Kirsty, I think it's a good ride for the kids on this gravel path. Might be a bit tricky going through the woods, but as long as they've got their helmets on. And then we'll have a quick look at this scarecrow. Oh, there's a few. There's Spider-Man. That's a good one. I think there's a nurse up here. Have a quick shot of the nurse. Or is that an ambulance driving suit? Yeah, St John's. It's a good one. Quite a few scarecrows knocking about down here. Apparently, that's Farmer John. Belt him. Emma Davis, looks like a great walk this, Max. It is, well done Max, well done for finding it. It's a belter. There's some more scarecrows, let's go and have a look. This one looks like a surgeon. That's a belter. All that. And there's a council worker in the garden. Oh, there's a tiger over there. I don't know whether that's an actual human in the tiger suit or not. Might jump out at you. That's a good one. He's a belting. Well done, Orrell. Oh, there's 3 in this one. Morning. Belting scarecrow, that. Kirsty says, cheers Chris, Chloe, which I'm guessing is your daughter, can ride, and we will take Jamie, which I'm guessing is a little baba, in the pram. Great walk, thank you Max, from Chloe. Belting. So I'd recommend, if you are on your bikes and you do follow where I'm going, you're on the other side of the road. There's a little bit more room in this little path. Just be careful. But we're going to cut into Orrell Walkers Park, just here. That's opposite Hewitt Business Park. And we can cut in. And this, guys, is all part of Smithy Brook. It's a lot smaller at this end. Smithy Brook, and then that ends up dropping around about, I'd say 20 feet down there. So it comes from here to all the way down there, which is very scary. It's a big drop. And then that ends up at behind Winstanley and going all the way down towards Wigan. So if you want to stick around for this, we've just got to the water park section of Max's map. And we're going to do a circuit along the bottom reservoir. And we're going to stop just on the opposite side over there, and we're going to feed the birds. So we've got some bird seed, some bits and pieces. And we'll see what birds we can find. There's some geese over there by the looks of it, some ducks. We'll probably end up with a couple of seagulls and a couple of pigeons as well. Helen Kersley, good morning. How are you doing? The geese are making noises. Morning Dot, how you doing? Morning Karen. So again, a beautiful morning. We're following Max's map today and we started at, he's noisy, we started at Pony Dick and we're now at Orrell Water Park and we're going to feed the birds. So let's see what we can do. I think we've got stiff competition. There's a young girl feeding some birds just down there. And we've got all their attention, so we'll see what comes. And if not, we'll come back in a minute. We'll see some other ducks. Morning. You alright? Well, they all look well fed anyway. Not interested in my pile of stuff. Can't say we didn't try. Looks like the seagulls are taking that stash over there. looks like they've had enough, so we'll plod on. Now they're eating it now, see? Right, so we'll crack on with the walk. So a quick tip if you're feeding the birds here at the water park, suet pellets don't float. They all sank to the bottom. Emma Davis, kids love watching the ducks. Very good. Morning Dave. Juliet, this is Max's mum. We're loving this. Fantastic, so am I. It's a nice walk. So come to our furthest point on the walk now, and we're going to make our way back. Go and walk along the water. You can walk along the top path. I'll do a little bit of the water and then back up and through the gate and out again. Morning. They're making all kinds of noises now. They're having a game of tick. Thank you, sir. So we're just crossing again. We did this the other day, Smithy Brook. Start of Smithy Brook. And there's the last view of the lake. Thanks very much. Morning. So Emma says, health and safety, don't cut across that grass to either of the paths in autumn. It doesn't end well. Well, Emma, I can only imagine you've had a little bit of a slip there and landed on your backside. You have to be careful. I think Emma should go walking with a helmet on or something, just to be safe. Better to be safe than sorry. So down that little path there is Orrell Cricket Club. I'm going to go back up past the scarecrows and then left back into past the tennis courts, down the side of Winstanley Park and back to Pony Dick again. Oh, we didn't see this one before, but this is a scary one. Look at that. Ooh. That tiger's brilliant. I don't think it is a human. I think it's definitely stuffed. It hasn't moved a muscle. It'd be funny if it did jump out at you though. Now I'm pretty sure a little bit further up there's another left turning, which is just a small path that'll take you back onto this track. I'm not going to risk it for a biscuit. I'm going to stick to Max's route, and we're going down Hall Lane towards the tennis courts and Winstanley Cricket Club, Winstanley Park Cricket Club, should I say. By Emma Davis's response, that's exactly what happened. Morning.
Morning.
You can just see a nice sort of winter hill there where the television masts are in the background. So Emma Davis, when she fell over, was covered head to toe in mud, and at the age of 37 was a little bit embarrassed about walking to the car in that state. Well, Emma, now you know you've got a secret route all the way back to Winstanley that you can take next time that happens. Okay? Some nice little dogs on the way. Morning. It's like the walk of shame, Emma. Can someone do a time check and put it in the comments for us and let us know how long I've been walking? It's not easy to see from where I'm standing. I'm guessing it's about 45 minutes, maybe 50. If you're watching Max, you can do that if you like. Thanks Max, 55 minutes. Best get a riddle on. James says, as you go under the bridge, if you look to your left and follow the fence line of the gasworks and then the side of the railway fence line, the old bridge is at the end with part of the old finger bridge built in. You can see it at the distance. Okay, so down there's a fence line where the gasworks is, and the fence line goes all the way down. It's a bit hard to see with the camera. Maybe we could have a venture down there one day and have a proper look closer. We were talking about the Arches viaduct earlier on, and James says we can see some of the remnants of that down in that direction. So thanks James for the tip. I'll certainly check that out another day. Feel free to give us a guided tour as well, James. Morning, gents.
Morning.
You all right? Again, we're just going past Winstanley Park cricket ground, just over that wall in the trees. And in that direction is Winstanley Hall, way over those trees. And that direction is Pemberton. And we are more or less pointing directly at the mount at Orrell, that way. James, if you're watching still, I don't know if this is what you were talking about, but I can see that. Is that part of the bridge? You tell me. Don't know if you can make that out on the camera. It goes blurry when you zoom in. So that, Max, is the puddle I was talking about. Imagine going straight through the middle of that on your bike. Oh, you get soaked. You have to be careful. James, that's it, belting. Glad I found it for you, pal. I'll have to go and explore and find out if we can get a close-up of that another time. Looks like the ducks are still in the puddle. Sorry, Juliet. Max, it's a great idea, mate, but you'll have to wash your bike and your clothes when you get back after you've been through that puddle. So I'd probably not advise it for the sake of not getting shouted at by your mum. And that goes for me and you. Okay. Well, 2 pheasants have just landed in the field. Again, it's a bit blurry when you zoom in. I'm guessing we've gone over the permitted hours exercise, so I'm going to deem this as work today. I'm a cameraman by trade anyway, so I'm filming for work, I suppose. Top mother, I can have your hour. Belting. I'd be walking all day if I got lots of hours off people. Morning guys. So James says there's some deer that live in the trees on your left. I think that was just back a couple of minutes ago. But it looks like we've got access to quite a lot of land, so they could be everywhere. But you have to get up early to see them apparently. It's 6:30. Back at the little field where the horses were earlier on, and just before the water treatment bit. Oh, we've got some hikers coming our way. Quite a lot of people walking. Morning. Morning, mate. Right, Max, if you're watching, your choice. Do you want to go left and down the path or right and into the woods? You can write in the comments and I'll follow your direction, buddy. I hope you're watching, Max. Otherwise I might be stood here for a bit. So right into the woods or left and down the path. Morning. Left down the path. Nice one, Max. See all the bluebells are still out in the woods. Tell you what, Max, if you came down here on your bike you'd have some fun. Make sure you've got your brakes on though. It's quite steep and it goes a long way for a long time. Like a downhill racer. So at the bottom all we've got to do is cross over Smithy Brook on the bridge and then back through the woods back to Pony Dick, and that's the walk done. Not long to go. So Emma says that she loves the little old wall at the side of the woods. Belting. It's all full of moss at the moment. Little bits of moss. Right, full steam ahead for the last section now. Got some bacon and eggs waiting for me when I get in. What's Max had for his breakfast today? Anything tasty? Waffles and fruit, very nice. I had waffles for breakfast for a long time. I might have to have some of them tomorrow. This is where you'll have to be a bit careful on your bike, Max, because it's a bit lumpy and bumpy. A few hidden stones along the way. Don't want you falling off your bike. Morning.
Morning.
Okay, we're coming towards the very last few turns through the woods. And we shall come out at Ponydick.
In a way, it felt alright because it was like I got to the bottom of what life was like.
If you've just tuned in, I've noticed our viewers have just gone slightly higher than they were 5 minutes ago. We're now coming to the end of walk number 13, which has been designed and drawn by young Max, who's age 6, and he sent a map yesterday of a route for me to follow, and that's what we've just done. We started off at Ponydick and went all the way up to Orrell Water Park with a nice route. Saw lots of things on the way. We've seen squirrels, horses, ducks, geese, dogs, you name it, we've seen it. And we're just coming to the very last segment now. And you can rewind this and rewatch it if you want to find out the route. Max has already put the map online, so you can check it out on Winstanley Walks. That was that pole I was telling you about before, the metal pole. It's been sawn off. So that's the entrance to Winstanley Park over there, and we started on this side of the road, just past the bridge. And forgot where I put the stone. And this is the start of Max's map. There we go. So a big shout out to Max this morning for sending his map yesterday. I hope you've enjoyed it, Max. It was a cracking route, that. I give it a 10 out of 10. So well done. We started, as I said, here at Ponydick and then worked our way through the woods, up past Winstanley Park cricket ground, past the tennis courts, around the bottom reservoir at Orrell Water Park, and then all the way back again. So around about 5 kilometres, a little bit over an hour, but we did stop along the way to feed the ducks. But Max, well done, fantastic walk. Let's hope we can do another one again soon. Alright guys, thanks again. Don't forget the map will be re-uploaded later on, as well as the race guys just come past, as well as the YouTube video which you can watch on your TVs. Okay guys, going home for some breakfast now. Have a great day. Bye for now.